Drake cancels his show in Memphis. Kenny, I kind of pride myself in being, I call myself many things, man. I call myself the voice of the voiceless. As you can see, as I just talked about, I call myself the voice of the voiceless. I call myself the tribal chief of Grizz Twitter. I call myself a media pop star sometimes, Kenny Stubblefield. And I think no time like yesterday was I able to flex on y'all that I am
You flexed the pop star.
Yeah, I'm not one of these dudes, man. I'm not your typical sports journalist guy. I'm not him. You know, I'm him, but I'm not that. You know what I mean? So I was able to flex that on y'all and kind of calm down the masses yesterday. Had to call some of my people, man. You know, when pop news happens, pop stars have to rise to the occasion, Kenny.
Right.
That wasn't the sports journalist news yesterday I dropped on everyone. But I talked to the people at the FedEx Forum and got more detailed information about the Drake concert. They basically were saying that there were accommodation issues, that there were certain things as far as the set up and breakdown of the show that's supposed to be here on August 6th that prevented them from making that show happen. And just from paraphrasing and just my interpretation, this wasn't particularly said by them, but just me looking at the logistics of it all. You had a Milwaukee show that got pushed back a day. It was supposed to be on August the 3rd. It got pushed a day ahead to August the 4th. These concerts usually end 12, midnight, 1 in the morning, I'd assume, something like that. You're talking about probably, even with an immediate breakdown, you're talking about breaking down that show sometime off, which is going to be the 5th. You're talking about breaking down all, for hours, however long it takes on the 5th, getting this stuff down to Memphis the same day pretty much, having it set up for a show on the 6th where Drake has to come in, rehearse, all these type of things. I talked to other people other than people at FedEx Forum, and I heard different numbers because they said these are 18-wheelers that are coming, that would have to come down to Memphis, multiple. I was like, are you talking multiple like 8 or multiple like 20? They was like, no, think more like 40, 50. 18-wheelers have to go from Milwaukee to Memphis. So you can imagine a breakdown time if you got that many 18-wheelers worth of stuff that have to come down to Memphis. So it really sucks, man, because I'm a Drake fan. I would defend Drake probably to the grave. There are a couple things I won't defend Drake on if he ever gets involved in. But I am a Drake advocate for sure. I don't think that he has any. I don't think he's did any of this to slight Memphis. Like I said, I think this tour may not have been planned out very well because they're constantly making changes on the tour. They're constantly, they're realizing that certain things logistically they thought were going to work aren't particularly working. And Memphis got caught up in a numbers game on that. It's very unfortunate. I would like to see it get rescheduled. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen, and the city of Memphis will miss Drake again.
Can I add one thing to it?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
As somebody who used to do tours across the country, not to that level. You weren't doing. We used to pack up my Acadia and travel across the country.
You're right. But even with that, though, imagine.
Yeah, I know how much work it took just to do that. Yeah. Right. I can guarantee you that Drake was not sitting up in Toronto in his big mansion that he has there, and he just decided, you know what, man? Screw Memphis.
Yeah.
That was a decision that was made way above even his head, right? Like, I'm sure he has the final say-so. Even his people have the final say-so. But I can guarantee you that decision was not made by Drake.
And I'm going to tell you what I'm kind of tired of. I'm glad you said that, but I'm going to tell you what I'm tired of. All the negative assumptions, man, like, oh, they weren't selling tickets. Because I thought that's what it was because that's what people were saying. Like, people were saying the whole time that it was a ticket sale issue. And then when people were like, no, man, like, this show was selling good. This show was basically a sellout. And the people from the FedEx Forum said the same thing. It's not an issue with tickets. It also was not an issue with what the FedEx Forum can hold or anything structurally with the building. It seemed to me like it was strictly just a timing thing. Like things just got pushed back because of how long it takes to move from one city to another, breakdown. You're talking about 40, 50 trucks. That's damn, man. Like, this is Memphis. We work in logistics capital of the world.
Right. It's a logistics
50
thing.
trucks.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff, bro.
Yeah. It's a lot.
So I can understand the whole thing. It sucks. I wouldn't go in regardless. Cause I ain't got it like that to drop off, $500 to go see Drake. But I would love to have been there. And I hate it. It sucks.